if you could quickly do us the honor of an opening prayer. We definitely we definitely need to leave things in the hands of the Almighty before we start everything. So, Mr. Martin, if you are here, kindly do us the honor.
Okay, we are praying. Father, we thank you this evening. As we've gathered here today with grateful hearts, we are thankful for the opportunity to connect and learn together in this virtual space. We invite your presence to be with us as we embark on this LinkedIn series. Guard our hearts and our discussions. Bless each participant and speaker, giving them clarity, confidence, and insight. May the knowledge shared today inspire us to grow professionally and personally, and may it serve as a tool to build meaningful connections and opportunities. We ask for blessings on this meeting, that it may be fruitful and enriching for everyone involved. God has the patience and understanding that you'll be able to understand everything that will be delivered unto us, so that we may fully benefit from this experience. We thank you for this. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
I mean, thank you so much, Mr. Martin, for the spiritual sanctification. We are grateful. Um, I'd like to remind and also announce to all members of Negos Hub who have joined us that emails have been sent to you. Your identification numbers have been sent to you via email, and so if you have not checked your email yet, please do so. Your unique membership identification has been sent to you, which most likely will be required for future events that are organized by the hub. Would also want to remind you that if you know any organization, or if yourself or your organization would want to utilize our Zoom space for your convenience, for your programs, of course, you can reach out to us via the numbers that will be provided in the chat box in due time. I wouldn't want to unveil this announcement yet, because it's linked with one of our speakers. So in due time, definitely this would come up. Um, so next up, we would like to call our very own Mr. Abednego Ihrin, our founder and the brains behind what we are witnessing here. He's an ambitious mechanical engineering graduate with a Bachelor of Science degree, possessing leadership experience and graphic design skills, and also a passion for fostering growth. He has a proven track record for effective leadership and teamwork. He is dedicated to empowering young people and preparing them for a better future. He is the founder of Nigos Hub, an NGO which seeks to empower young people for a thriving future. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome, to do us the honor of the purpose of this gathering, Abednego Ihrin.
Hello, hello.
Right, Mr. Abednego, we can hear you. Please go
Thank
ahead.
you very much, Rashid. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to this evening's webinar, where individuals from various diverse backgrounds have gathered on this one platform to learn and get empowered by our esteemed speakers. Our topic, reinventing your brand. This really resonates with each one of us as we strive to grow and thrive in today's fast-paced era. Let us leverage this opportunity to gain valuable insights, ask questions, and engage in meaningful discussions with our expert speakers. With this, I officially declare this webinar opened. Thank you very much, Rashid. Take over.
Right, thank you so much, Mr. Abednego Ihrin, a young man who inspires a lot of us with his actions and initiatives. We are grateful, Mr. Abednego, for that welcome address. Right, we'll go straight ahead. I can't personally wait to hear from the speakers. I mean, experienced people, full of knowledge, and the excitement is really too much, and I know it is same for you as well. So I'll go straight ahead to introduce our very first speaker. Um, she is an award-winning entrepreneur, popularly known as the Shoemaker Girl. She is thriving in a male-dominated shoemaking industry, a TEDx speaker. She authored the motivational book, The Shoemaker Girl, which has been making waves. Those of us who are really active on LinkedIn and some of these platforms are witnesses to this fact. She's a PR, the public relations of Ahofade, a popular classic fashion brand in West Africa, having a Bachelor of Arts in Communication with a focus on public relations. She has made notable impact as a voice for females in the climate change and entrepreneurial space. If she is not making shoes or called on stage for an award, she loves to share her experience to help build the young generation and unleash their potentials through mentorship and coaching. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Miss Edna Frimpong. Miss Edna, if you can hear me, over to you.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you once again for the introduction. First of all, let me thank Nigos Hub for the opportunity once again to be back. I don't take it for granted. And also thank and appreciate my other guest speakers. It's a privilege to share the stage with them. And to all our 25 listeners here, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much and God bless you. Thank you again. So the topic, reinventing your brand. And I'm speaking from the LinkedIn perspective. How can you leverage on LinkedIn to reinvent that brand you've already envisioned to build? Some are building their LinkedIn, their brand on Instagram, on X, on other platforms. But here we're talking about LinkedIn, how you can leverage on LinkedIn. Yeah, so I'm going to talk about you leveraging on LinkedIn to reinventing, showcasing your brand, and the strategies you need to apply when you're building your brand on that platform. And I know all the 25 people here are on LinkedIn. If not, I know. Before I continue, let me issue a caution to anyone who has this negative vibes when it comes to LinkedIn. I'm not here for you. If you're here and you think LinkedIn gives pressure, no matter what I would say, you will still have that kind of mentality. So I'm not here for you. I'm not here for those who have a negative thought about the platform and its pressure and everyday pressure. I mean, because there's a saying that you cannot change anyone who has not made his or her mind to change. No matter what, the person will not change. So I'm not here for you. If you have that mentality, please leave it out and bring a new mentality here. If you have that mentality, we will not progress. So I'm not here for you. I'm here for those who are ready to make sure that whatever they have in their secret, they want to show it out there for people to see what they are doing. Now, personal branding is a very key thing now in our society now. And now even social media is amplifying our personal brand. So without social media, we all have a brand. I mean, when somebody say, when you're in class, we know those who talk. When a person talk, this person is the one who just spoke right now. We all have a personal brand. But now LinkedIn or social media is amplifying that brand that we have. So how are we leveraging on that? Now, I know most of us here on LinkedIn, you're trying to do something on ourselves, all that. That's fine. I know last week or last month, you delve into optimization, so you're all good to go. How your profile has to be, your headline and all that. You need to have that in place. So we are good to go. Now we've done your optimization, you are posting, you're doing whatever you want to do. What are some of the strategies you need to know so that that brand you're building there is thriving? Right? Yeah. Please, are you with me? And let me know if you're with me, please. Thank you.
We're with you, Miss Edna.
Thank you. Thank you. So, first of all, everybody can thrive on LinkedIn. Everybody can build their brand on LinkedIn. So first, we thought LinkedIn is just for CEOs. By the way, LinkedIn is the only platform you could find the CEO of MTN or Vodafone or other CEOs, because you can't find them on maybe a Facebook, or likely for you to find them on Instagram or X, but you find them on LinkedIn. So I had a simple definition for LinkedIn where it's a pepper soup joint where CEOs meet after their break time. So you see, work at the workplace, corporate offices, when there's break time, our CEOs, our people, directors, they sit somewhere, they chit chat, they talk, and they get something to eat, and they'll discuss about their industry, what's happening in their various sectors. That's exactly how the LinkedIn platform works. So everybody there on that platform belongs to certain industry or certain sector. And when we are there, we're all sharing our industry perspective. So somebody from the tech, somebody from the engineering, somebody from the shoemaking, everybody meets there and they are trying to discuss or tell us what is happening in their various industries. That's basically how the platform was designed to. It's a professional platform. But now they're also trying to make it look like the Instagram, where now we are all creators. So everybody's a creator. I keep telling people the only platform you can strongly be visible, you can strongly make it there is LinkedIn, because nobody give respect to anybody. If you're a celebrity, nobody care about you there, because everybody is that big there. I mean, the big men and the big women are there, but and you can blow easily there. But you hardly can blow on Instagram or Facebook or X unless you have a celebrity who will tag you or mention you, or your grace is so loud. If not, trust me, it will be difficult for you to blow on Instagram. We all have been on Instagram. Unless you have that unique content or unique that viral post before you can get that publicity or that way viral, that publicity around you and all that. But with LinkedIn, it's so easy for you to organically blow, not just blow or go viral, to establish yourself there. So no matter the profession you belong or the angle or the area you belong, you can still thrive on that platform. If you're a student, so I keep telling people again that if I wish I knew the platform when I was in level 100, it would have helped me a lot. But before I even finish university, I even got in the place I'll work, do my service, and even maybe if I want to do my master's outside, by now everything is already in place because I'm getting somebody there to coach me and know that I'm okay here. I'm going to university. I'm going to do my master's outside. So if you are here and you're still in the university, it's a plus for you. We didn't get the opportunity. It's a plus. So now, how can you reinvent your brand on that platform? Well, now you've already set up your profile. Everything is working like I did. So I chanced on the platform because of a school project, my final year project. And after the project, I said, okay, let me stay here. And I tried one post and it clicked. Okay, they will accept me here more than other platforms. So let me stay here and try and build that. So I stayed there and I was building up. I know most of you are so concerned. You're curious. How can you thrive there with the shoemaking aspect? Yes, I keep telling people, we all can. If you want to be very unique or you want to be different, you need to do something extraordinary. You cannot blow it. Something everybody's doing. Even if you're doing something what people are doing, you should be unique. You should have something different, an aura that will make you stand out. We all can be digital marketing, but something can stand you out. You get me? So I know now everybody's there trying to do something, educating us. I mean, now everybody's talking, it's so plenty. But how can you stand out on that platform? First of all, you need to have your purpose, your goal, or you need to have a focus. If you have your goal or why you are there, it will gives you the hope to go on, not to give up, not to be pressured by what people are doing. So every year I renew my goals on that platform and every other social media. It's same as business platform. If you're handling a business handle, they have a goal they are expecting from you at the end of the month or the year. The same way you need to also have yours. Because trust me, that's our world now. The social media is our world. We can't take it out. It's our CV. That's when you're applying for a job or a fellowship or whatever. They're asking of your LinkedIn URL or your social media URL because it's very important. They're going to check on that before they give you that job. So it's our online CV. So you need to guide it so well. It's a reputation now. Don't let anybody dim that or make you jeopardize that chance of yours. It's really important. So yeah, with anything you are having, you can start on this. Some of you can tell me, oh, I don't have any focus. I don't have any niche. Yes, you don't have, but you need to start. When you show up there, later on when you are still showing up, you realize that okay, maybe this one work for me. This one doesn't work for me and all that. And you're a student. Sometimes you don't need to, like I keep telling people, you're a student, right? You don't need to focus and box yourself in a certain niche. Try and be there. Tell us who you are. your experiences. You go to lecture every day. Things happen in the lecture rooms. You get content from there. Your course, you can be, somebody is there to, we don't know what your course is all about. We don't know what to experience in the lecture room. You share. Now we're even lucky with AI to help us expand our content or our caption. I was still in school when I chance on LinkedIn. Sometimes my content will be what happened in the classroom. I'll see something and I'll come and share. And then people, okay. So you need to box your brain out to look for a content. What is happening in your classroom, your lecture room, in your school, your course can be your content. Because you are now starting up. You don't have a niche now. You're starting now. So you need to start from that, right? Then you move. So that's what I did. I was still in school and I was still making sure I post, I do this, and I was educating people about what my industry is. Because luckily for me, I already know my niche. I came to that platform with a shoemaking niche. So I'll educate people on my shoemaking, what shoes, blah, blah, blah in my industry. I'll read books, and I'll go and ask AI to use that to help me out. And I'll combine that with my experiences, what is happening in school and all that, and I'll share. And that's all so anytime, and basically we know brand is what we're talking about. Brand, talking about when you're not there, what people say about you. So when you come to LinkedIn and you're looking for a shoe, oh, there's a lady called Shoemaker Girl. That's my brand. Even if I'm not there again, when you open shoe, and now I've made it to such a point that when you're looking for a shoe, when you come to LinkedIn, there's a lady who can get you a shoe. And that's how I've gotten to, and I'm trying to build up to and go more. So yes, please, you need to show up, have a focus, have a plan. So if your plan is to get a scholarship for your master's outside, yes, you need to show up. You need to start following people who are into that. You need to try and get people. You may not necessarily have to have a mentor, but you follow their content. Me, I used to read. I don't like reading, but when I jumped on LinkedIn, I have to read because people will write. And they're writing, you get something out of it. So I'll read, I'll screenshot, and I'll go and I reapply that on my LinkedIn profile, whatever. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for. So you need to look that. Even me, I was not looking for scholarship then, but I was still following people who had scholarships, who genuinely worked hard and I had scholarships. I followed them and all that. And it's okay, this is what I can do to also get scholarship if I want to leave Japan and leave this country and all that. So you need to have a focus. Your focus will guide you. Now I have a focus. So I don't care when somebody is posting Monday to Friday. So that's not my aim. My aim is not there. I mean, I applaud that person, but also have a different goal. Your goal will not push you to depression. Somebody is doing too much. I mean, that's fine. You congratulate the person. You clap. I mean, I know. Trust me, hate poverty. So I like things that looks nice. I hate good things. When somebody has done with masters, hey, the first class, I'm happy because that's what I want. I don't want anything negative vibes. I don't want anything poverty in my life. So I always try to collect myself to good things. Oh, that's so nice of the person. Wow. One day also, then you come back to your journey. Hey, I have a journey to follow. So yeah, now let's go to the strategies I have here. One is to engage with others. When you're building your brand, you can't build it alone. You can't have it all alone. I mean, you are living with people. Like I keep telling, people are our greatest gift. So you need to engage with others. You need to go with people. You can't build your personal brand on that platform alone. You need people to support you. When I started out, luckily I had people, when you post, they'll repost for you. And LinkedIn is the platform where when somebody reposts your post for you, it's a big deal. When I repost your post, it means my 2,000 people or my 30K followers everybody get to see you. So that's why somebody might post will not have any like, but the moment you repost the person, they start getting the likes, and then because your people get to see that organically, and then it's not happening on Instagram or X. It's just recently Instagram introduced the collaborative where you can collab with somebody and the person gets to see your post. That's a huge task. So when somebody reposts you, it's a very big deal. You organically get followers without having to buy them. I mean, I don't know if you buy followers on LinkedIn. You don't have to buy. You can get them naturally. So you need to engage with others. We are not living on an island. We are living with people. So when you engage, trust me, when I engage on Abednego's post, trust me, when he sees my post, I don't think he will bypass my post. He will definitely give me a like or try and also leave a comment. And you see, it will be like now we've built a rapport. Anytime he sees my post, I will engage. Anytime you also sees my post, I also engage. That's how it goes. No, get this, and you'll be free. You can get that tribe. The moment you see this person's post, try and comment. Let me tell you, the person will not see your post and bypass it. The person will comment. Unless the person is that kind of select those for high profile people, and now they don't have time for you. So if your own circle of people, try and leave a one thoughtful comment, very thoughtful comment, and trust me, when they see your post, they won't leave you, and that's how you start building. So please engage with people, no matter how the brand you are coming up with that platform. You can have a very good solid brand, you can have a very good content, but if you're not engaging with people, trust me, nobody will engage with you, so you'll be there. Why am I not getting engagement? Please, you can't live there alone. You need to collaborate with people, right? Engage with people's content, and they will also retain the favor with you. That's one way that will help me, and that's helping me. And I think it will help you when you want to reinvent yourself, bring yourself back there on LinkedIn. You need to consider engaging with people's content, and they will also do the same for you. Now, having a community, that's a huge task, but it's very important. Now, I think I've been seeing this trend on LinkedIn. People challenge, consistency challenge or whatever. Yeah, I think that's good, but I didn't. When I started that platform, I had to learn from people's posts. I think then people still need to pay for you to learn. But we are lucky. You're like having this for free. People had to pay. I remember, the Nigerians were dominant there, and they will say join. So when you join for free, they'll tell you that for you to progress the next day, you need to pay. And that's so funny. I will join. And when it's time for them, so those who will pay, they'll move into the next WhatsApp. They pay. Me, I don't pay. That small thing, the person in the car and come and teach. I wrote it down. Okay, I'm here. I don't need the payment again. And it's okay. Some will go and pay. And now I think it has come back to the challenge that you people are having. You need to pay, and and that's fine. I mean, somebody has learned to figure out the hack, and I want you to pay for the value. I mean, that's value you need to pay. But if you don't have the money to pay, like I didn't have, you need to stay focused on your journey. Learn that simple. I used to follow, there's something called carousel post. People will post in a carousel form. I would download that document. I used to have a lot. So when you come for me to help you, I'll give it to you to go and read it and apply it. And I'll download it and I'll read it and I'll go and I'll reapply it. It's not anything so special. Now, when that thing has given them a community. Now, when you post, sometimes they'll ask you to go and post the link to their groups so that they'll come and engage for you. I mean, I don't believe in those. I don't like that thing, but that's something that's helping people to get the numbers. You don't have to rush to get engagement, because I believe in impact. One person can be impacted. You don't have to have 1,000 people before you mean you're impacting someone. But it's all good. If you have a community that way, it'll help you. Up to now, I don't think I have a WhatsApp with community. Mine is that I post. I also engage with people. Now, when I see those people have become my community, my people. So anytime I post, you can also find a niche for yourself. Let's say I have a friend on LinkedIn who calls himself the health commandant. So anytime he finishes posting, his call to action, he brings that, I'm your health commandant. So all those who are commenting on his post becomes his community. If I like your post, I'm part of your community. If I engage, repost, I'm part of your community. Oh, so the Shoemaker Girl community, you're all part because you engage, you comment, you buy from me, you become my community. I don't need to create a WhatsApp page for you guys. You can do that. That means you are monetized and all, you are managing your community, and that's very important to do that, right? So you need to have a community. Like you think you cannot go alone and you want to join this challenge, it will help you. When you join the challenge, it will give you that belonging. Now, when they see your post, they know you belong to Kosiyok's challenge. You belong to How Much challenge. You belong to the Dr. Bennett's challenge. So, okay, let me like or let me comment. And I think the first time you don't have to pay, you can join for free. I think this lady did some Odamia. I wanted to see how they do it, and I'll join. So they were like, every day there's something you need to post. That's the consistency. But I believe that consistency doesn't mean you need to post every day. It's just have a structure. So if it's Mondays, Wednesday, Friday, yeah, that's consistent. Which means you're showing up per your timetable. You can't show you, because some of you don't have time for you to be showing up every day. It's so draining. Trust me. But you just have to time yourself. Maybe Mondays, Tuesdays, and post, which means every Monday you're not messing out. That's your consistency plan. So find a community, and it will make the job easier. It will make your people get to know you, know your brand. And I know those who have followed who have joined the challenges that I'm talking about, I think now people get to see them. Trust me, definitely. Oh, one of them, oh, I know this fashion designer, I know this. Even me, I don't join their challenges, but when I see them in their post and they write the challenge, and okay, so okay, this person belongs to this challenge. So now when anytime I see their post, I know where they belong to. So even the people here at Nigos have can just form a community, and that's so huge. You are even lucky. We have 37 people here. Imagine having a community of your own, and anytime you see Abednego's post, you are liking, you are reposting, you are engaging. Abednego sees yours, it is the same. You become a community, a family, and that would do a lot. Imagine having 37 reposts. Is that huge? And mind you, LinkedIn, those who comment on your post are not those who buy from you, necessarily buy from you. They're those who buy, they're gurus with the money. They don't comment, they don't like, they don't engage. They just watch her from afar. And so you need those people. You need those who will comment for you to get for your post to reach those who will not comment, so that they will buy. They are all important. The big fish will not comment. They'll just be lying there, but they sees what you're doing. They sees you. Right? Don't trust me. LinkedIn is a gold mine. If I tell you so, we'll come back to that. Now, genuinely helping people out, and then that's one trick. You need to be genuine to people, help people out. When it's not about money, I'm not talking about money. Helping people out when they reach out to you. Sometimes I see people's posts and maybe they've made a mistake. Not a mistake. I was talking about carousel posts. There's a way you can post documents or pictures that will work well for you. You can put them into a PDF form. If you have a flyer you want to share, you can put them into a document form, right? When you put it in the document form, then you post as document. It will look so nice that we term that as a carousel post. But if you post the flyers, boom, there, it doesn't look nice. I remember I saw one of these posts and I told them, oh, you can just form them, merge them as one PDF and really post it as document. When you go to the post, you have document, template and all that. Post as document and it will do well. And carousel posts do well on LinkedIn very well. So take note of that. And she did that. She was happy. So next time when I saw her post, she did a carousel post. Like, okay, this is so nice. It looks so formal. It looks so nice. And I just saw the post and I didn't know the person. I had to help the person. So anytime the person sees my post, he wants to engage or you want to return that favor back. And I remember the last time I saw one leader, I told her the same thing. When I see something, I think that, oh, this thing you could do is this way, it will help her. And then this lady, she comes to me, oh, Edna, you made a mistake with your grammar. Go and check it well. And I'll go and re-edit it. Yesterday, I made a post about the website. My boss, he didn't comment though. My MTN boom, Mr. Densu, he came to my WhatsApp and said, Edna, what are you trying to say here? I said, okay, sorry, I've gotten the idea. And I had to go and remake the correction in the post. He never commented or liked, but he came and told me the wrong thing to go and do. And so then this man, and now I'm happy that this man is also getting the traction. After he shared my book, he's been doing so when he posted, he will not even engage. But people want to just connect with him because, hey, he works at MTN and he's that because of he shared my book, he has gotten the visibility from there. Now he posted that so well. So in this one, imagine when tomorrow when I see his post, I'll make sure I repost or I'll try and do something about it. And he'll get into the traction he's looking for. So please, genuinely help people out. When you see like tagging Nigo, blah, 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 it might not pay me, but at least someone will get to see that, oh, there's a company or called have, or there's somebody called Abed. Kindness does us a lot. So please genuinely help people out. And then build relationship. That's so key. Me, I'm bent on relationship. Primarily, the platform is meant to build relationship. That's why we have the connect, the follow and all that, just to build relationship. Now, if you introduce the dating app, you can find someone to date on that. LinkedIn, they feel like it's too professional. Yeah, people are too professional there. So to make it so lively, you need to introduce the dating app so that people can find their matchmates all that. So yeah, it's a platform for building relationships. So you need to capitalize on that. I keep telling people, do not connect with someone or don't let somebody connect with you and leave it like that. You're not building a relationship there. The moment you write that personalized message and send it to the person, hello, Mr. Bednego. Hello, Madam Tessa. Thank you for accepting my connection, or thank you for blah 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 blah. And nice to meet you. I wish to know you better. That's all. Yeah, you sign with your initial. And then trust me, 99 of the people you send this test to them will reply you out of the 100%. And that's where, and then those who will reply you, some will say, okay, my pleasure, thank you, blah blah. 50 of them percent will continue the conversation. That's how the relationship starts. Every LinkedIn relationship starts from the on the DMs. You do, if you want to build relationship on LinkedIn, it's not on your DMs. You can comment on my post, that's fine. I can reply you, but it can end there. But the moment I come into your DM, that's where we start, because that's where you can exchange numbers. We can continue the relationship building from, and then we move from LinkedIn to WhatsApp. Then we are going. So don't joke with your personalized message to people, to your connectors. I send people message and they'll be like, hey, why do you have to send me a message? You hate people too much. Why do you have to hear me? I'm also building. I'm also trying to put my business, myself out there for more gigs and more opportunities. So even if you're the one who sent me the connect and I accept, I will send you that message. And that's when they'll start, how are you? Then you reply. Then we are building them. You are going. That's how it's done. So keep that, please. Don't let somebody else send you a connect and I'm always surprised. Hey, so you send me a message, you send me a connect, and that's all. How do you build a relationship? It can only be built from that angle. So please, let's take note of that. Now, yeah, I've talked about it being consistent, and now telling your story. Storytelling is really important. It's really key. You see, the only thing that will make you go viral or make you blow or make your brand so visible is your storytelling. I can have the same, I'm not the only shoemaker girl. No, even on LinkedIn, there are fine girls who are shoemaker girls there. Trust me. But they are not coming with a shoemaking brand. They come with a different thing. But later on in the DMs, when you talk to them, okay, oh, I'm a shoemaker. Oh, wow. Let me tell you why the difference between me and them. It's simple storytelling. It's just a story. The way I would tell my story, it might be a simple thing. But the way I would tell the story, I know this thing will blow. This week, writing content for next week or whatever, I'll post for me that this post, I know it will go well, it will blow. I don't know. I know this post will do well. Because even me, when I wrote the thing and I was reading it, I felt it. I was happy how I wrote it. So please, put your story there. Know how to tell a story, maybe because of my background in communication, but it's really important. Even if you are telling us about something about engineering that looks so technical or whatever, you can tell it in such a beautiful way. And there's a guy on LinkedIn who is a doctor, a medical health practitioner. See how he communicates health issues to us through storytelling, through stories, and people relate so easily because of a high terms now. So he breaks them into storytelling form, and people get to understand it. That's how it should be. So you're telling me you are done with school, first class. You can write first class and blah blah and go. But you see, there I wrote I had to make it a story. I had to make sure it evokes the emotions. I keep telling people buy with emotions and they justify with logic. Anybody who buys something, trust me, you all buy with emotions. Then later on, that's why sometimes you buy a product, and you be like, why did I even buy this thing? It's because, first of all, emotions make you buy the thing. So this is oh, this is nice. Oh, this girl, she's doing so well. Let me buy. Why did I even buy from this girl? You get me? So that's it. So that's why advertisers try and put emotions into every advertisement or every product. In the same way, in your content, you need to invoke feelings, emotions with your content, your story. How you selling your story to us? Trust me. You see the Abigail and that Afinita BGT, it blew because of the little girl story. This story, they love story. They love to hear and help people because of the story. So be genuine with your story. How you tell your story is when you get help. So please take note of that too. Inculcate storytelling in your content, even if you're telling us about it. See how Coca-Cola do their adverts. It's a pure storytelling form. Even if you're telling us about what you do, whatever, make sure you are inculcating the storytelling approach, and that will really help. And then I think I've talked about the focus on your journey, have a goal, and all that. Now let's talk about some of the opportunities in there. I think people keep asking. Recently, somebody asked me, do you get sales here? And so, I think I haven't answered the question yet. Like I laughed about it. Why would I waste my time if it's not benefiting me? I'd have moved on. So yeah, the opportunities on every platform. Instagram, you can get it. X, you can get it. Facebook, you can get it. LinkedIn, you can get it. I mean, especially if you're a business. I know if you want to, if you're B2B, if your business is into B2B form, you can thrive well on LinkedIn. And I know most recruiters are also on LinkedIn than Instagram and than X and other platforms. So please, the opportunities, they are gold mine on that platform. It might not come as money, but it must come in the form of people. And people are money. People are the cheapest currencies I always talk about. And the cheapest currency. If I have two people in my life who are okay, I'm okay. And I'm not working, I'm okay. Because the money you're looking for is in somebody's pocket. The house you're looking for is in somebody's pocket. It's not from God. God will bless someone. God will use a person to bless you. So please, let's take note. So one opportunity is, the building relationship aspect. You can solidly build good relationship. You see the man who chaired my book for me, my book launch. I was looking for a chairman. Hey, where would I get a chairman from? And I know through the LinkedIn, I get to know the CEO of Ghana International School. Yeah, I visited him. Hey, Madam Dr. Shen. And I remember I sent a text. Oh, ma'am, I want you to chair my book for me. He said, oh, Edna, you didn't come early. That day too, somebody has booked me for a program. So sorry, but keep me updated of everything that happens. It's okay. Then I move on. I have a professor too. I met on LinkedIn. Professor Inkum, KUSC. So, Prof, I called him. So, oh, Edna, I'm not in Ghana. It would have opportunities. Hey, what's happening? Then I have to go look for another person to chair my book for me. And I remember I went for a program at British Council, and it's through, and I met him there. He bought from Matt, that's all. But I think he came and I followed him on LinkedIn, and he gave me his contact. So okay, I can WhatsApp him, and that was the end. So when you want to shoot for a program, he will contact me by WhatsApp, and I think I even joined up his mentorship class. So I said, let me go and test this man on WhatsApp. So I wrote a very nice, I wrote a very nice message, and I went to Mr. Densu. And the way that there was something I was even surprised. It was like, how to choose me among your great network to be your chairman. I don't think it's about me, how big I am. I was so happy that day because I don't know what this man saw in me. It's like for everybody, you count me to be your chairman. I take it, I gladly accept it. So, oh wow. And that was how I met Mr. Densu. And he's been a very good mentor and a very good person in my life. If I need anything issue, I'm MTN, I just have to go and say something is happening. I never knew him from anywhere. I met him through I think through LinkedIn and a platform, a British Council program. And that was it. When I was looking for people to forward my book for me, it was through other people that forwarded my book are people I met through LinkedIn. Trust me, they put their line on for me. Mr. Densu, Mr. Dr. Ishan, Mr. Professor Inkum, Mr. George Bernard. I didn't know for them from anywhere. It was through LinkedIn I met them and we started building a rapport from. They put their voices in the book for me. So relationship is really key. Me, I know how to maintain relationship. Trust me, you can give me one hand. Then the way I can thank you every day, you will not forget. Because I know how to keep relationship. Unless you're not to be kept, I'll let you go. When I know your season is done, I'll let you go. But if you are meant to be there, trust me, I will know how to keep that relationship. I keep telling people, if you're in a relationship and you don't have anything to offer, let gratitude be your only offer. Trust me, you may not have them because they don't want your money. They don't want your anything. But let your gratitude just be your offer and see how doors will open it for you. So build relationship. And once in a while, you can post about people who you think you admire them or they inspire you. People feel love to be celebrated or to be loved. That's human beings. So when you do that, they won't get angry. It will just boost their ego. They just, thank you. And also share it. It's a way you can build rapport with people. And trust me, if I talk about the things I've got from that platform, because of people, I may not end. But I believe that please make sure you build good relationship with them. Just be discerning. And trust me, your life will be blessed. Then, business, I made a post. I think that post was my first post that went viral. It was a storytelling that I said, when I was in secondary school, I made shoes and blah, blah, blah. And I think people repost that post. I have almost like 50 or plus reposts on that post. And there's one, I went to check one comment. The man said, I'll give you a contract. DM me. Me that moment now, I had to just go to the DM. I had to go and connect fast. Hello, sir, I'm here. They said, okay, then he gave me one WhatsApp, then I just WhatsApp him and blah blah. That was it. We supplied their shoes for them every year at school. And I had that because of LinkedIn. And not because I was posting a shoe, come and buy, because of my story. Because of so people don't sell products, just tell them a story. If you check the Nike, the Adidas and all, see how they use the Messi and the Zero for the adverts. They don't tell you sell your product. They tell you the story. If Messi was able to, with 35 years, won a World Cup with his age, it is that it is possible. So they use the Adidas just to make it sure that yes, they're telling you that it is possible. But then indirectly, they're telling that come and buy the boots. They're selling the boots. But you said the story they used to portray to sell the boots. At the same time, when Messi won the World Cup, I forgot, it's a company in I don't know the country, Lays. See how they used Messi to make an advert and they drew a ghost with just the Lays paper. It was so nice, but they were telling us a story. That's a very good marketing or advertising. The story behind it makes people love it or want to buy from that brand. So please don't joke with the story. And if you use story really well in your content, in building your brand, you will get a lot of contracts from that platform. I keep telling people you don't have to post your products every day. You become so annoying when you post your product every day. But the moment you tell us, you give us value for your products, people will want to buy. And then when you're building your brand, trust me, don't introduce the product now. Build a brand. When it gets to the moment people trust the brand, love what you are doing, then later on introduce the brand and they will buy it. But if people trust you, they will buy your brand. If people trust what you're doing and they fall in love with what you're doing, anything you sell to them, they will buy. So keep on building the brand. Don't stop. Engage with people. Show up every day, not every day, with your plan. Keep helping people genuinely. Keep engaging. Build that relationship on that platform. And you enjoy the fruit of your labor. Trust me. It's not about the money you will get. I know some people who have been on LinkedIn, they don't post, but they've gotten contracts. We only have to optimize their profile for them. And that's what, some people come to that platform just to look for people who can sort their needs. He was a driver contractor. I mean, he drives people. I mean, the school driving people. And he only good profile. But the first that week now, he had a job from that platform. He was like, how? People come there when they're looking for people to give them, I mean, they want something for their needs. So they just come there. I'm looking for contractor or whatever. So please prepare your CV, I mean, your profile and all that. Show up. Don't focus about what I'm going to get. Trust me, if you get the people, you're good to go. The people that came from my book launch, 99% were from LinkedIn. 99% of them, I only met them on LinkedIn on that day. It tells you that you can succeed on that platform. Just come with your story. Be genuine. And the God factor, trust me, there's a grace called visibility, God can make you stand out. In all you're doing, and don't forget the God factor, the oil. Trust me, anytime I make a post, I don't just post. I ask God for visibility, the grace, the healing anointing. You can speak, anybody will listen. But you can speak and people will listen. It's called the grace of healing anointing. And then, so God, please make this post go. Let the people that will appreciate this post see this post. You need to involve God. Don't take things lightly like that, right? Because the people on social media, they're also human beings. Yeah, it's not anybody who likes what you're doing. Trust me. So commit your post to the hands of God and let God take it. And let God be at the back of your, maybe the agenda of your post, and see your post do well. And don't be so focused about numbers. When it comes, fine, because it's good. But don't be so keen on that. When you're keen on that, it puts you into depression and all that. Just be yourself. Come up, show up, help people, repost. And when your time comes, nobody can hide you. Thank you.
Right. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Miss Edna Frimpong. I could relate so well with a lot of the things that you say, and I saw some comments in the chat as well. People are really enjoying and relating to your presentation. Thank you so much. One that resonates and stood out for me was the fact that the big fish would see you, but they will not react. So we are just hoping and praying for, the day our big fish will show up. I'd like to remind everyone that this is a special offer, an exclusive offer that Nigos Hub is offering to everyone that has been able to join us here. We are offering a 28.57 whooping percentage discount to our attendees in this meeting. You just need to use your membership ID or referral code to be able to get an amazing piece of Edna Frimpong's uh, book that she launched not long ago, the one that she mentioned in her presentation. The amazing thing for me about a purchase that you are going to make about this book is the fact that it is for a charity cause, right? So you buy a book today and then you are buying a shoe for the shoeless. So that is a campaign that Edna is running as well, a very charitable campaign that I think all of us would want to support. So please reach out. Edna's social media handles has been left in the chat box. Do all to reach out to her. And Edna made a very good point about supporting people genuinely. On that fact, I would like to say that Nigos Hub here, we have enjoyed so far the amazing initiatives that the platform has brought to our doorsteps for free. You know, I witnessed, from the very onset, the kind of initiatives that the platform has brought, and I know it is benefiting you or someone you might know. So definitely you would want to support in any way that you can, ink your name in history to be part of this vision of Nigos Hub. And so do reach out to our communications team if you'd like to support in any form of contribution that you'd want to bring on board for the hub. Would really much appreciate that. Please kindly leave your questions. I know that you probably have a lot of questions. Leave them in the chat box. After the presentations, we would read them to our speakers, and then you'd equally have the chance to engage with them. Right. To our next speaker, would like to read her profile, of course, first. Right. So he is a multifaceted learning and development professional with a unique blend of skills in instructional design, graphic design, visual communication, and digital technology, with a passion for developing innovative information systems. He helps organizations achieve their strategic corporate branding and human resource development goals. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mr. Gideon Azonu. Mr. Gideon, if you are here and you can hear us, please over to you. Hello, Mr. Gideon.
Yeah, hello. Actually, he has a network challenge right now, so you can move to the next speaker. Okay.
Right. That works. That works. So as we wait for Mr. Gideon to establish a very strong network connection, we would like to invite our next speaker. Mrs. Hilda Piansa is a chartered marketer with over 27 years proven expertise in developing and delivering marketing strategies, backed by the unique ability to understand the nuances and complexities of the various industry verticals, market scenarios, and customer trends and satisfaction using exceptional marketing and brands communication skills. Ms. Hilda Piazza has handled the deployment of global brands in the automotive industry, such as Nissan range of vehicles within Ghana and the West African sub-region, having worked at Japan Motors Ghana Limited as the marketing manager. You don't get this anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. This is proudly brought to you by Legos Hub. She is a firm believer of acting locally but thinking globally in the pursuit of best marketing practices while engaging various stakeholders within the media landscape and value chain to achieve optimum results. She's currently the Marketing and Communications Director of SMT Ghana, official distributors of Volvo Construction and Equipment and Volvo Trucks. She is a governing counseling member of the Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana, CIMG. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the experienced Madam Hilda Piazza. Madam Hilda, if you can hear us, please over to you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm just stuck by myself, and I was looking around. I was okay. Who is Hilda? Anyway, I'm happy to be here. I want to thank Abednego. I think he's been pushing this for a while, and I'm just inspired. Though he's a young man, with what he comes, I don't think he stops. If he believes in something, he really goes for it, and I'm happy to be here. I want to thank the earlier speaker, Edna. I thought I speak fast, so like I listen to Edna. Because I speak fast, I'm always hesitant when I'm asked to speak in public because I speak so fast and I feel, okay, people might not hear me well, and then I panic. But listening to Edna tells me that that's your brand. If you speak fast, it's okay. People will get you. So I'd send my presentation. Will you project or should I project? So we get into it.
I think it will be good if you project. Yeah.
Then I can control it. Okay, so let me share. Okay. Where's my presentation? Okay, yeah. How you see it?
We can
How
see
you
your
all
screen,
see?
madam. Please go ahead.
Okay, so as per my profile, I am a marketing professional. And sometimes I want to ask people, when they hear marketing, what comes to mind? People tend to think marketing is selling. You hear somebody, oh, marketing, and it means they are going to sell. And I get confused. Do they really know what they're talking about? So for me, as a chartered marketer from the Chartered Institute of Marketing UK, that's where I chartered. But thankfully now we have it locally. So if there's anybody here who wants to charter, it's much easier. You can do it through the Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana. This is how it's defined. Marketing is the management process responsible for identifying, anticipating, and satisfying customers' needs profitably. So when people say marketing, it's not they are going to sell. We will get into it. So I asked Abed, who are my target audience, and said they are young professionals. So I was looking at tertiary level, young graduates, young entrepreneur, and I was trying to see, why is this thing stuck here? What are the needs, pain points, and goals of these people? I think they'll be looking at how to develop personally. Their practical knowledge will be a bit low. Everything about marketing, legal will still be on the low, but they have goals. They have short-term goals. They have long-term goals. It's just a matter of aligning them to know what they want to do within the first year, the third year, and 5 years, and how to even impact the community that they live in. They'll be different, they have different learning preferences. Some just visual ones, they just want to go through infographics as fast as possible and get it. Some also like to go through quizzes, like we have the National Science and Maths quiz where questions are posed and they answer. They are getting motivated, they want to be their own boss. They want to gain some financial capability, which is okay. They want to feel fulfilled. They want to impact the society, but they have fears of an imposter syndrome that they might project themselves as something they are not, afraid of being a failure, and all the financial risks thereof. And because I speak to Abed, I'm thinking there could be a few of his mates here that are engineers. People tend to think engineers don't need marketing. People in technology don't need marketing. But I must say that everyone needs marketing. Sometimes I joke about it and say that even as married people, you need marketing, because you can even conduct a SWOT analysis on your marriage, on your relationship, which I will get into later. Because when you are an engineer, you want to promote your work, you need a few basic marketing here. You don't need to always be running to somebody. And now it's easy to learn, as mentioned by Edna. You can gain knowledge on LinkedIn. You can build your personal brand. You will attract new opportunities. You can differentiate from competitors. Competitors in this case will be your own colleagues you sat in the classroom with, which the job opportunities that are few, all are trying to get in there. But you can differentiate yourself when you're able to use marketing by building your brand, and you have an edge on your competitors. You can showcase expertise. You can support your career advancement with marketing, and you can enhance your brand visibility, or if you have a company, your company visibility. Because you could have a company and it's just you, and just telling a few people, oh, I have a company, I do this. But if you're able to use all the strategies thereof that marketing has, you can go forward and get, you can create a niche just for yourself and make sure that you are consistent with whatever you are doing there. So if it's a product, you would call it unique selling proposition, USP. But if it's a brand, as a personal brand, you would want to call it the personal unique value proposition. It's something that you have, that another person, it could be a talent that you have, that another person do not have. So for instance, let's say you go to an event, a networking event, and you tell somebody, oh, I build websites. That doesn't do anything for that person. But if you tell that person, oh, I build websites for small and mid-sized business to increase their online sales using a search engine optimization, that might intrigue that person, because now you've told the person what you do and what you are trying to achieve. So that's what your unique value proposition, because you could say, I'm a teacher. Somebody say, I teach maybe children that are challenged in the deprived community to ensure that they are always in school by maybe visiting them, bringing them to school, and always visiting their parents to tell them why they need to go to school. I would want to listen to that person, because I want to know, how do you do it? Than just tell me you're a teacher. I've seen many teachers. But when you tell me what you are doing, an objective or something you found out that you want to solve, I would want to listen to you. So, as I mentioned before, we have personal strength. A marketplace needs, it could be a product, or it could be a market job placement needs in the society, and what you are motivated. If you're able to have a blend where I said that the personal strength, your personal motivation as to what you want to achieve, and what the marketplace needs, and you're able to find the sweet spot, then it means everything is working well. Because if you just have a personal strength, maybe yes, I'm bukum banku, I can beat people, and then what? But if you know that I can beat people, but I can use it to motivate other young people to go to the Olympics. And what is the need in the marketplace? So maybe we don't have a lot of boxing people who are maybe marketing oriented. So I want to position them this way so that we achieve that objective. You would then have an edge over all your peers. So we should strive to be able to say, stop saying, I am a marketer, I am an engineer, I am a teacher, and position yourself that I can help you. Because I always say, we go to interviews and people will say, oh, because when we are employing people in our organization, we are looking for people to help us solve a company's problem. You are looking for the job, but we as a company or the management team are looking for people who will help us solve a need. So you should position yourself that I can help, not position yourself that I am an engineer or I'm an entrepreneur, but I can help you solve that problem. If you're able to do that, then your personal brand will move from the maybe 100 Ghana cedis to 1,000 Ghana cedis. So based on what I was given, now we're getting into what I was given to talk about. Reinventing brand strategy so that you can be successful. It means there is a brand. Sometimes we are working brand anyway, but sometimes we are not aware that we are a brand by ourselves. So we do things anyhow. Young people will post things anyhow, will put anything on their status. So they go looking for a job and their names are put on Google, and then things that they don't want people to know all pop up. So we are a brand by itself. So if we say we are reinventing our brand, then where we are right now, we want to ensure that we make some changes or we do well than where we are. Because if you are able to do that, we can be able to meet all our aspirations as a human being, or even if you want to say as a company, then you can be able to meet those aspirations. You can amplify your personal brand through effective marketing strategies. You can have a reach, you can engage by being consistent. Edna talked about it. It's not that, oh, today I feel like posting, then I post. Because even as companies, we schedule. For instance, my company, I decide SMT Ghana will post on Tuesdays. Our global brands will post every day. So I know every Tuesday, 7 p.m., we check. That's the time people are getting home, they have their phone. You post. You just don't post. You need to post the time that you know people who engage. And then you can be able to convert your target audience or people that you are looking at, looking out for the content that you are creating. Because you then can be able to convert them to like what you are telling them. If it's something you are selling, to convert them to buy what you are selling. If you want them to employ you, you can be able to convert them to say, okay, this is somebody I can invite for shortlisting for an interview. So just like if there's a problem, a technical problem, an engineer will go with a diagnostic machine and detect what the problem is and solve. For we as marketing professionals, we use the acronym called SOSTAC, SOSTAC. We conduct what we call situational analysis, which means where are we now? Involves a lot of research. I'll get into it in the other slide. And then you want to, the O is for the objectives. What do you want to achieve? And then you put the strategy together. When you put the strategies together, then you go into the tactics, like the day-to-day things you'll be doing. And then that's, you move into the action, get to like on the ground, like real work. Then you try to control it. The control is you looking at the objectives you set and what you are doing to align, to ensure that you achieve the objectives. So your situation analysis, things you want to know, you want to look at industry trends. You want to see what competitors are doing. You want to look at your target audience. And you want to do a SWOT analysis. So when you do the market analysis, if you see it here, you can do it on a product, you can do it on your customers, you can do it on how you'll be able to differentiate. It can be rebranding, maybe repositioning yourself like we're trying to do by reinventing our brand. You can look at legal. Maybe there's a law. You could be doing a business and the law comes in. For instance, Ghana now, they say, I just saw something, you cannot save in dollars. So if you're a bank that maybe you get a lot of dollars to support what you do, realize that the law doesn't permit that. What do you do? You can even look at the situation on your reputation as a company. How do people see us? How do you enhance your personal brand or the company's visibility? So all the things there are things you can do a situation analysis because you want to know, or sometimes we do what we call a marketing audit. We want to know how we are doing well. After that, you realize, okay, we need to do this and we need to do that. And we also use SWOT analysis, that the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. Strengths and weaknesses are things within, are internal things that you have control. If it's a company, it could be about maybe your staff, your work processes that you can control. If it says maybe a person, your strengths, maybe you're a good speaker, maybe you're good administratively. Your weakness would be, maybe I don't know how to talk in public. Maybe I just don't know when I meet somebody networking, I don't know what to say. It could be something within you. But if it's something within you, you can be able to work on it so that it becomes an opportunity. So opportunities and threats are things that are outside that you do not have an impact on it because it's coming from outside. A threat will be the dollar. You cannot, it's always moving up and down. Or no, does it even come down? It's always moving up. So you can't really control it. But opportunities are things that just pop up. And then we realize in Ghana what you do. Somebody is selling Pampers, he's doing well. Then we all jump to it, we want to sell because they said, hey, you can get, somebody is selling bottled water. We all jump on it. It could be opportunity, but you need to analyze that this opportunity, is it going to help me as a company? It could be an opportunity like, oh, you get up and everybody is doing IT. At IT, they are different. They are cyber, there are a lot of things. So if you say you want to do IT, which one are you going to specialize in? But opportunities are there because that's where the world is going. But you should be able to know what you need for your personal brand. So as I was saying, so opportunity, from the situation analysis, then you want to look at objectives. And objectives should be smart, should be specific, as indicated there, that should be well-defined and all that. It should be measurable. There should be KPIs set that you can be at the end of the day to measure. They should be attainable. If you know that you cannot, today or tomorrow I want to become the president, but you know that you just came out of school. It's not possible. It's not attainable. So when you set smart objectives, it should be something that it should be relevant. Just not, oh, I just want to do it and they just, no. It should be relevant. It should be time bound. So I put an example on the side. Maybe it's a brand recognition you are working on. So you want to, this thing is covered, I can't really see. You should increase brand recognition from maybe 20% to say 25% by the end of the first quarter 2024 via social media. So it's a smart, you know, you can measure because you say you want to move from 20 to 25. It's time bound. You're giving that maybe quarter 3. You know the medium you're going to use. So when you are setting your objective, just ensure that this principle can be applied. If it's you setting your brand development plan, you should know yourself to be able to use this to set it. And then we go to the strategies. This thing has blocked my, I can't really see, but I'll try to go to. So when you're talking about strategies, it's a plan. If a soldier, the term came from the army, they set strategies when they are going to fight. They have a strategy. They just don't go into the bush and start shooting. It's the same. When you are setting marketing strategies, you have to have, in marketing, it started with the 4 Ps and then moved to the 7 Ps. So let's just do the 4 Ps now. We have the product, price, place, and promotion. And that these 4 marketing mix, as we call it, you can derive strategies thereof. For instance, if you want to do a pricing strategy, there's what we call psychological pricing strategy, which would be, I'm selling this thing at 2.99 cedis, by 3 cedis. But as soon as I tell you it's 2.99 cedis, oh, in your mind, oh, then I can buy. If you come under product, you want to do product differentiation strategy. If a place, so let me just try to link it. Let's say I'm selling a very expensive watch like Rolex. So I want to have a differentiation strategy. The pricing strategy will not be cheap because it's expensive. The place I tend to sell it, I cannot go and stand at Makola. I have to look for a world-class boutique anywhere in Ghana, here or Accra, to sell it. And the promotion, I have to look at the demographics of these people. Where do they go to be able to ensure that I can have the promotion? If the DSTV they are watching, I want to place the advert there because I know they will see. So it's different when you are doing a fast-moving consumer goods, say like Maggie. The strategy also changes when it comes to that. So when we come to certain marketing strategies, they are based on 4 Ps, 10, 7 Ps to ensure that all these things are working together to be able to deliver what you want. And if you want to bring it to the personal brand, is the same. How you position yourself. Somebody will want to position themselves as a larger than life person, but then the person should have the resources because you want to drive a Lamborghini or something, your wristwatch, then that lifestyle. But if you're a young person, you don't have that, and you start to project yourself as that. Obeka, you can't finish, and it will end in disgrace. So you should know yourself to be able to do that. So when you know yourself, when you are posting things on online or social media, you don't go and stand near somebody's car and think, oh, this is my car. Because it's not going to end well. It's not yours. You cannot continuously maintain that lie because very soon it will catch up with you and it will affect your brand. And we should be mindful as young people, young entrepreneurs on what we post. Because to improve big, then you don't need a job. Building our marketing, yeah. Maybe LinkedIn, TikTok, then MailChimp will come in. I want to be able to create content focusing on a particular theme. And I think to do that, maybe Instagram will help me. So when you have the action plan in executing it, you just have to ensure that what you are proposing will be able to help you achieve the objectives that you have set before. So I just put these things here. So under social media, some tactics that we could do. Under email marketing, you can use it to build a loyal mailing list and nurture your audience. And I've listed there. For instance, if you want to use influencer marketing, like most companies you do, you want to look at, okay, based on the product you are promoting, do I use McGround? Do I use our crop tool? They are also there. Influencer marketing is acceptable. But just that you have to be very careful in this ambassadorial thing, because if you pick any of these people and they do anything that tarnish their personal brand image, it will affect your company brand image that you've worked so hard. That's why sometimes some footballers will misbehave, and then maybe if Nike is sponsoring them, they take it off because they've built their brand and they don't want to be associated with something you did, maybe that sounded racist, that will affect their sales or impact their brand image. So content marketing, somebody can decide to just be blog posting, can just do podcasts. That is all acceptable. So you just need to find what you are doing, where you want your brand to go, and then you can use any of these ones to do. So the action thereof, I'm just trying to explain with what I put there. So we have the marketing strategy, and then we have the tactics. So as you see on the screen here, there's a tactic. Somebody wants to move from X to that location. the battle plan that he wants to do. But the tactics is the how to get to that place. You must be specific in your action, in your execution to be able to get there. So for instance, if it's a promotional strategy you want to adopt to promote your personal brand or your company, the promotional strategy is one of the, comes out of the one of the 4 P's I mentioned earlier. And we have, under the promotional strategy, we have what we call the push and the pull. The push is where trade shows, sales, point of sale display, all these are pushed into the shop, demo videos all over the place, inciting you to want to try the product. And the advertising, the email marketing, the word of mouth, the social media content that we get is what will pull the customers to go to the shop to get those items. So if we apply to our personal image, there'll be a lot of things that you think you are pushing out there. But how you promote yourself will let a company be drawn to you, or want a brand that wants to use you, to partner with you, be attached to you. So I just try to put this one in terms of personal branding so that it doesn't become too much company-wide thing. So if we are going to use the same marketing planning model, source study as a situation analysis, objective, the strategy, the tactics, the action, and control plan, you know who you are. It could be analytical, it could be ambitious, you could even add more things because you know yourself. You know your education, a bachelor's, a master's, PhD, where you are employed, your personal preferences. All these things will fit into the goals you want to achieve. It could be a short term, it could be medium term, it could be long term. And then your current competencies, you need to update your skills and knowledge because things are always changing. I always have this example in mind. For instance, if there's a dentist that qualified in 1972, and this dentist never went for any professional development, never enhanced her knowledge, all he has is experience. And maybe in the olden days, they're just using a hammer and a chisel to take people's teeth out. And there is another person continuously updating the knowledge, just realize that maybe we just, something stuck to the person, an x-ray, I could see this and just tell that the teeth that is aching is from this side and just solves it immediately. And you are called and say, pick one. Will you go to the 1972 person that all he has is experience, but have never updated, or you go to the person that have enhanced the experience with more skills and knowledge in the dentistry section? Definitely, we would all want to go to the one that has the technological ability than the one just is stuck with the hammer and the chisel. So it's imperative that as we grow, all of us, myself, I'm always looking out for new things. Now marketing, they are talking about AI. How is it going to impact the marketing professional? How can I use it to enhance what we do? So we should be able to develop ourselves. And then we put the action plan in place. As I mentioned before, you should have, how do you go about it, and make sure you stick to the plan. Sometimes we make plans and then some way, somehow, something happens and then you are not able to achieve your objective. It's possible. It happens even in the corporate world. You set objectives and then do. But when you have the C, which is the control and monitoring in place, you're always measuring your performance with the necessary metrics, with the necessary KPIs. You're always checking. You are tracking your success, your growth. So as seen in the yellow section there, the marketing objectives that we set, they are there. We have standards we want to achieve. So as we go along, we should be comparing the results against the standard. Are we achieving them? And if we realize we are not achieving them, we go back to the drawing board and just do a recheck and see. Because you could start and say, okay, we're going to do, let's say somebody was doing mobile money. He has a target. At the end of the year, I'm going to do this. And then e-levy happens. It will just show off all your objectives. But you need to go back to the drawing plan and say, okay, still if we want to achieve this, how can we be able to use the Momo network that we have to do? I could state example. First, maybe you people are young, but first, when you need to make call, you need to go to a communication center and then you go and call. But now those communication centers are the place people go to check their WASI, you can go do photocopy. So they have reinvented themselves. If not, then they'll be unemployed. But they still want to make achieve the objective they set, maybe to make money, to increase sale. So yes, you can be able to set an objective, but with time, you keep checking that you're achieving the standard set of, and if you realize that something happens legally or the economic impact or even societal impact, you can always realign and then achieve that. So I'm getting to my conclusion. So the success is a good tool that anybody you can use it for anything. So if you want to be able to achieve effective marketing strategies, the success in your brand, this is something you can sit down and do it for yourself. You can do it for a company, you can do it for yourself. But any marketing approach that you take, you should be able to have it integrated. If you realize, if let's say a company is advertising something, the newspaper, those people that are used for the TV, you will see those people in the print media, you will see those people in the social media. The words that they will say, they will take a bit out and post it as SMS, which is a form of digital marketing. So all should be coordinated. When you have events, the event should be around the same people. So it's like SMS, you go in, it's the same thing. You go to social media, it's the same thing. You go to the print media, it's the same thing. So with time, if whatever they are selling, you want to pause to want to say, I want to take a look at it. So you cannot be selling, okay, I start with shoe. Today I'm promoting shoe. And then just leave the next day, oh, I want to sell blade. And you have an event, you bring the blade, you bring the shoe, you bring everything in there. It gets the customer confused. So whatever tool you use, it should be integrated. So I've seen on the screen, it's advertising, your sales promotion, your digital marketing, your personal selling. Personal selling is what we call the sales team or sales personnel or sales executive. When they go to visit the customer, you should be talking about the same thing. Your social media marketing plan, it should be about that same product you are communicating. And public relations. I always say that public relations is a tool under marketing. It's under the promotion, one of the P's. So the public relations, so like things we write in the media during that period, it should be focused on that same product. The mobile marketing, things we send on SMS, and now we have WhatsApp channel and all those things. If you decide this month, this is what we are doing, it should be that. The direct marketing, the flyers and all, if you are focusing on that product, it should be on that product. Any events and customer experiences within that time should all be focused on that. When you do that, because now all the tools are all trying to box the customer to ensure that you achieve what you want. So I was talking about the 7 P's. We had, I started with product, place, promotion, and price. So the 3 additional ones, now we have the 7 P's, are the people. The intent, I always call my place, I always tease the staff that they are happy, they can ensure that the external customer is happy. The processes in place in the company, the physical evidence, when they come, the ambience, how they feel when they come there. All these things are strategies can be built on these 7 P's to ensure that whatever marketing you are doing, you are successful and are effective. Because as I mentioned, if you it's a luxurious product, you can look at all these 7 P's to position it. If it's a fast-moving consumer goods, you can use all these things to position it. And then you always have to monitor. And there's one thing, you plan, you do, You check, and we call it PDCA. The young people is, what did they say is PDA? It's not P, this is not PDA. This is plan, you do, you check, and then back to action. So it's a cyclical thing. You plan whatever you want to do, you do it, you check it, and then you act on it, and then you go back into planning mode again. So moving to the personal brand, so that is something that we all can do. You need to identify your target audience, the people that you work with. If it's the church that you think you want to promote your personal brand for them to see, then you have to toe that line. If you're a professional in a lawyer, within that, and identify that these are the people
Hello, Madam Hilda. I think there seems to be a little bit of a technical issue at your end. Hello, Madam Hilda. If you can hear me, there seemed to be a little bit of a technical issue at your end. I don't know if you could reposition or.
Then you do.
All right. Unfortunately, I think we've lost Madam Hilda. I think the technical.
Can you hear me now?
Team... Right.
Can you?
I think yes. You're back on. Please, we can hear you now.
Okay, so I don't know, where did you hear me till, just to ensure that I haven't missed anything?
Right. I think it's safe to take it from PDCA, the cycle. Yeah, I think that was the point where it started. So.
Okay, now where can I find this one?
Hello, Madam Hilda, if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, please, we can hear you. Yes, please, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm trying to share my, okay. So can you see the screen too?
Not yet. We cannot see your screen yet, Madam Hilda, if you are sharing your screen.
I can see it from here. No. You still cannot see?
Not yet.
Okay, what happened? Can you see?
Still not appearing from here.
I don't know. It's just the last slide. So I will just.
Okay, sure.
This is my last slide. So I'll keep on and then if it pops up. So I was talking about how to define your unique value proposition. That you need to identify your target audience, those you want to seek their attention or to want them to employ you if you want to bring in somebody looking for a job. And then you have to assess your strengths and expertise, where you can use the SWOT analysis. You should be able to know your strengths, your weaknesses, and then try to improve on your weaknesses for you to become a strength. And then you need to understand the competition. So that when you understand the competition, then you can be able to ensure that you have an edge by doing the right things within the industry. And then you need to communicate your unique value proposition effectively. Your unique selling points, the things that are unique to you, Hilda alone, that you know other people do not have. You should be able to find a niche and communicate it the best way possible, where you know your target audience will be. And then lastly, you need to solve a problem or fulfill a need. Say identified marketing is identifying, anticipating, and satisfying a customer's need profitably. So if you do all these things and you are not satisfying any need, you cannot become effective in employing all the marketing tools in this situation. So thank you all for your attention, and I hope I've made some sense, and you can be able to use it to impact on whatever you want to do as a personal brand or as a young startup or a company that want to use. But I will say everybody needs marketing, and marketing is not selling. Marketing, we put strategies together to solve a problem. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Madam Hilda. And of course, you did impact a lot of knowledge. I know now as a young engineer that I need a brand regardless, uh, the kind of professional space I find myself. And also I have unlocked a new tool for myself, a situational analysis tool you mentioned, the SOSTAC, and then the
AC. Yeah.
TDAC as well. Thank you so much, Madam
Yeah.
Hilda. We sure have impacted a lot of knowledge. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to remind us that we are streaming live on YouTube, and so please do well to share the link as well to your friends or colleagues who are unable to join us here on Zoom. Up next, Mr. Gideon Azonu is a multifaceted learning and development professional with a unique blend of skills in instructional design, graphic design, visual communications, and digital technology, with a passion for developing innovative information systems. He helps organizations achieve their strategic corporate branding and human resource development goals. Throughout his career, he has demonstrated a commitment to leveraging digital technology to drive organizational success. With a unique blend of creative and technical skills, he is dedicated to delivering innovative solutions that make a lasting impact. Ladies and gentlemen, our very last speaker for today's session, please help me welcome Mr. Gideon Azonu. Mr. Gideon, if you're here, you can please take over.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, please, we can hear you.
I would like to go straight to apologize for the hitches I had at my end. It's rather unfortunate that I work Sunday to Sunday, so I don't have an off day. I mean, I don't have an off day within the week unless it's my actual off, then I go off. But when I'm working, I work Sunday to Sunday. So I had a bit of a challenge, and I'm in a very remote area. So network is a bit of a challenge. So if in the course of this presentation I go off, please pardon me. I'm in a very remote area. I will find ways to join again if that happens. So to go straight to the point, I would like to say I'm really excited. I actually joined this session from the office. So I was listening to Edna when I was driving home. And I'm really excited with everything that she shared, and I'm really happy with the kind of value that is in the information they are sharing. You see, in this our age, it is very easy to get overwhelmed with information. So when I get chance or platforms like these to share ideas, I'm really excited because people get to share their experiences so that the years that they spent making mistakes, we can leverage on that and not follow what they have done already. If they spend 10 years making mistakes, we will probably learn from them and use about 2 or 3 years and achieve even greater things than they have achieved. So anywhere I hear that there is discussion, there is learning, there is sharing of ideas, I'm really excited. So thanks to Madam Hilda also for everything that she shared. That was quite that was a lot. That was a lot. It's rather unfortunate. I should have begun. Okay, I should have begun with the very basics for them to build on. But thankfully, the way my slides are structured kind of summarizes everything that they've said so far. So we'll say God is good in this situation. Nothing is really out of place. I'd like to begin by saying that some years ago, pre-COVID, I used to attend a lot of conferences and online seminars like this. And one of the main problems I had was how the speakers would simplify their information for me to understand. So when an expert is speaking, they speak in their language, but then it's difficult for me to really soak it in. Something to really use becomes a challenge. So I would like to congratulate Edna and Hilda for really breaking things down. And I will further break them down into very, very, very tiny bits so that we can all understand. I would like to project my screen now so that we begin. Am I allowed to?
Please go ahead, Mr. Gideon.
Can you see now?
All right, we can see your screen, please.
Okay. Great. So let's delve right in. Reinventing your brand, strategies for success. Like I said, this is going to be a summary of everything that has been said so far, so that we don't prolong the discussion. I want to, by the time I'm done, leave you with practical tips, something you can start working on right now. I don't want you to leave here and then this becomes one of those conferences you go to and we are done and that's it. And no, I want to leave you with, if nothing at all, just 2 tips to take with you after my presentation. And it's going to be everything that has been discussed so far put together. So let's look at what a brand is. They've said it all. They've given examples. They've talked about their experiences. They've broken it down. But in the most basic of basic forms, a brand is anything that identifies you. So you can read 1,000 books on branding, 1,000 books on things that talk about personal brand or whatever that is related to brand. And they will all come back to the same idea that a brand is something that identifies you. Edna gave the example that if you are in class and someone describes another person, you easily know who the person is. So you can say the tall guy who usually comes first in mathematics, and you know who he is, or the short girl who likes talking a lot. So the big books, the small books, the conferences, the expert talks and everything that you will get, they all come back to this singular idea that a brand is anything that identifies you. It could be physical, it could be psychological, emotional, or whatever, but it is something that identifies you. And it is what other people think of you. So don't make the mistake of thinking that a brand is what you tell people you are. When you are not around and people are talking about you, what they think of you, what people feel about you, that is what your brand is. So let's not make that mistake. And just like was described by Madam Hilda, everyone is a brand. Everyone is a walking brand, or everyone has a brand. Let me put it that way. Everyone has a brand, whether you like it or not, or whether you know it or you don't know it, you are a brand. So it's better you identify what your brand actually is, and then you start working to improve it. Because if you don't improve it, anything that is not improving is going the other way. So now, what's the plan? We've spoken about brand quite a lot. How do you reinvent your brand? Conduct quick surveys. Both speakers have spoken about surveys. Now, how do you know what people think about you? There is only one way. You ask people. So how do you ask people what they think of you? There are many tools you can use. So an easy one would be walking straight up to people and asking, what do you think about me? How do you feel about me as a person? Or you could be specific. What do you think of my behavior? What do you think of my looks? When I'm around you, how do you feel? When I talk, what emotions do I convey? These are easy, practical ways to get to know what people think of you. And that is knowing your brand. It might sound basic, but then remember I'm saying that I'm not here to talk big English or give you very complex steps and things to follow or whatever. Let's come down to the basics. Find out who you are, what people feel about you. That is the easiest way. Now, if you are not okay with this method, because normally when you walk up to people, especially if they are closely related to your friends and family, there is a high chance they may not be honest with you, and that's true. So you might want to use other ways that can help the respondents be anonymous. So you could use forms or any other means that you can find. There are tools. So find ways to get to know what people think about you. Now, we also heard about SWOT analysis a lot. Somewhere down my slides, we'll look at what it actually entails. Madam Hilda has spoken about it, but then we will do a SWOT analysis right before we finish this seminar. So it's an acronym for strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, and she has elaborated on that a lot. When I get to that slide, we will delve more into that, but you can use SWOT analysis. And what does that help you to do? It helps you to know your strengths and weaknesses, what opportunities are available to you, and what are your threats, what things are threatening you. She has explained that quite a lot. But I want you to take action. I'm not here to tell you what it is and how it would be, this, and that. They've spoken about it already. Remind you, I'm saying that my presentation is going to be a summary. So something you take home. So by the end of this, first speaker has spoken about SWOT, second speaker has spoken about SWOT. I am not here to explain SWOT again. They've said everything there is to do. So we'll actually be doing a SWOT analysis. At this point, I think we should have informed you that when you are coming here, you come with a paper and a pen. If you didn't know, then now you know. So the next session you join, please don't come empty-handed. Make sure you have a paper and a pen, or you have something to take notes on. He's been talking about trying to be simple. Don't overcomplicate things. Thankfully enough, if you're a lazy reader, or if you don't want to do a lot of research, you leave that to people who want to do the research. Those who have done the research are saying, don't overcomplicate things. Go the simple way. Walk up to people, ask them what they think about you. Use surveys, use forms, use any other means you can. Ask someone to ask someone to tell you what they feel about you. And do a SWOT analysis. Look at what is in you that is your strength and your weakness, and what is out there that are opportunities and threats to you. It might sound very, very, very simple, but these are very powerful ways. I don't know how to talk about the effectiveness of a SWOT analysis. So don't overcomplicate things. The simpler ways are the best ways. Now, this is how Madam Hilda presented it. A SWOT analysis is done this way. You draw 2 lines across a sheet of paper. So if you have your sheet of paper right now, you can draw 2 lines crossing each other. And then you put in each quadrant strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So my diagram is a bit different from hers. In the third quadrant, the lower left quadrant is the threats, but I've positioned it this way to explain something to you. Remember, she said that strengths and weaknesses are things that are within you, things that are within your control. And opportunities and threats are things that are outside of you, things that you may not have absolute control over. Again, if you look at the vertical division, so on the left side, there is strength in the upper left quadrant, and then there is opportunities in the lower left quadrant. So I presented it this way to clearly segregate the positive things that you should focus on and the negative ones. Now, the reason why you should be worried about both of them is that your aim is to look at what you are good at, what you have now that is good, and then look at what you're not good at and the things that are hindering you. So on the right side are your weaknesses and the threats that you encounter in whatever your goal is. And then on the left side are your strengths and your opportunities. So look at it that way. The upper two quadrants are your internals, and then the lower ones, the lower quadrants, are externals. The left side of the vertical line are positive things, let me put it that way. And then on the right side are negative things. And you need both negative and positives to be able to thrive. You can't say everything in your life is perfect, or you only have strengths and you don't have weaknesses, or there are no threats to your life or your plans or your goals. So you do this, and what we are going to do is that when we are done with this seminar, when we are done with the presentations, I would personally want to see what you have done so far. So we don't want to leave here and just get scattered like that without any proper direction. I would want to share mine with you so you see what I have done. And I equally want to discuss what you have also done. So I will share my contact at the end of the presentation for you to reach out to me so we have a discussion. Mind you, I don't want this platform to be for only talk and no action. So what next? This I would have to skip because they've spoken about it already. Set SMART goals. Plan and set goals, both short-term and long-term. Madam Hilda has spoken at length about how to set goals. They should be SMART. If you know what you want after doing your SWOT analysis, you know your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, and you know where you are going, then you can draw a plan, a roadmap. If you've not done the previous exercises, there is no way you can draw a plan. What are you drawing the plan based on? The plan should be backed by data. So this is very essential, but I would skip it because I've spoken a lot about it. Now, in doing these things, in trying to reinvent your brand, sort of, there are things you need to consider, which have been spoken about by the previous speakers. Everyone is unique. So what makes you unique? If I ask you right now that, what makes you unique? Will you be able to answer? So put on your sheet, your quadrants, the quadrants that you drew, the SWOT analysis quadrants, right below unique value proposition or unique selling proposition. After this session, sit down in your own quiet time and look at one thing that makes you unique, very, very, very unique, that probably not many people have. Even if you are a twin, there is something that is unique about you that is not with the other person. So find that thing, and then we'll continue the discussion from there. Again, be consistent. If consistencies. So I'll use myself as an example. If you follow me on LinkedIn, you can see that I'm very, very inconsistent. What I mean is that I post today, tomorrow I don't post, the following day I post, sometimes for weeks I don't post. And within my control. But in all of these things, I am consistent in trying to engage my audience. So whatever your structure is for engaging your audience, be consistent. Be consistent in whatever path you have chosen. And remember that a brand is something that is going to live with you for life. So it's either Madam Hilda or Madam Edna was saying that if you fake a brand, it's going to tire you. You are going to get tired of it. So be authentic. Don't try to be something you are not. You know, people usually, they act like someone they are not because they've not done the SWOT analysis. They don't know what is unique about them. So they follow other people. If you did a SWOT analysis and you did it right, and you got someone to assist you through it, you will know what you should follow and what you shouldn't follow, what is good for you and what is not good for you. So in that case, there will be no need following what someone else is doing. If someone is good in music and you are following him and you can't even speak clearly, then it means that you are probably following the wrong thing. That is why sometimes if you could remember in your school, let me use myself as an example. Back in junior secondary school, there were some innocent looking ladies and guys that we couldn't for a second suspect that they were engaging in sex, let me put it that way. Right after school, about 3 months after school, 2 of them got pregnant. The very innocent looking ladies. And it turns out that they were following wrong company. And the people they were following were experienced in what they were doing. But because they were newbies, they didn't know the ins and outs of the game. So they got themselves in trouble. It happens in a lot of spheres in our lives. You are following someone blindly. The same example applies to the example Madam Hilda gave. You know everyone is doing Indomie business, so you want to do Indomie business. Everyone is selling water, so you want to sell water. Maybe selling water is not something that will do well, you can do well in, because you've not done your SWOT analysis, you don't know your strengths, you don't know the opportunities that are available to you. So you end up following someone who is good at selling Indomie. So that is digging your own grave. Now, online presence has been hinted on a lot of times, and in this seminar or mini presentations, both speakers that have spoken before me have hammered on engaging with your audience and building your online presence. And I believe anyone on this session right now will agree that building a good online presence now is not something we consider a luxury. Most of the people you want to engage with, most of the CEOs, most of the marketing directors, most of the hiring managers you are looking to have contacts with, they are all online. So why don't you build a good online presence? You don't need to build an online presence on all the platforms. Choose what is available to you based on your needs, based on the people you are targeting and the people you want to reach, or based on your goals. And how do you know that? By doing the SWOT analysis. And also get feedback. So Madam Hilda spoke about a lot of cycles. So everything you do after this session is not something you do and then get to an end. You shouldn't put a full stop, end to it. You do it, you get to the end and it cycles back. So when you do a SWOT analysis today, it doesn't mean that that's it. You've done your SWOT analysis for life. If you plan something today, it doesn't mean you've planned how to reach your audience, so that's it. Variables change every day. We were all not expecting COVID, but COVID came. Plans changed during COVID. That is like the bigger example, but on a smaller scale, things change every day. So how do you stay on top of your game? How do you make sure you are still on target to your goal? You continue to monitor and make changes and adapt. So remember to always get feedback. Now, what are some of the things you should ignore? Faking a brand. This is a disaster. Don't force your brand on people. Don't force your brand on people. It comes off as very, very cheesy when you try to impress people, when you try to force yourself on people. Be authentic. Be authentic. People who are drawn to you will be drawn to you, and people who are not drawn to you, there are things in life that we can't control. That is what we should take note of. There are things in life that we cannot control. Someone can meet you and not like you, and there is nothing you can do about it. You may not know the reason why the person doesn't like you, but there is nothing you can do about it. Someone doesn't like Indomie. So if you sell the best of Indomies in the world and market it the best that you can, the person doesn't like Indomie and he's never going to eat Indomie. So do the best you can, use all the strategies, use all the tactics, use all the analytics you can, but don't force yourself, especially your personal brand. Don't try to get people to buy.
Hello, Mr. Gideon. I think now your network would not permit you to continue. I don't know if you can hear us, but it looks like your network has started to interrupt. Hello, Mr. Gideon. Right, right. So as we wait for Mr. Gideon to establish a good network, we would want to uh, call for questions at this point. Um, please please feel free to indicate by raising your hand if you want to ask a question. Um, any contribution as well is warmly welcome. Before that, as we wait for the questions as well in the chat box, we would like to acknowledge some few people. Would like to acknowledge Bonaparte from SMT Ghana. Paula, if you are here, we are sending our regards. Daniel Ewusi, CEO of Ewusidan, we also send our warm regards to you, sir. And everyone from LinkedIn who has joined us today for this session, members of Migos Hub, we send our warm regards to all of you. Your presence here is duly acknowledged. Right, so we'll be waiting for your questions. You can't tell me you don't have any questions, guys. It's been a fully packed, 2-hour session. Please bring your questions forth, and definitely our speakers are more than excited to address them. I would like to remind you once more about a special discounted offer that we are giving to not just anyone, but you who have been able to make time to join us today. We are giving you a whooping 28.57% discount on Edna's book. You can use your membership ID if you are a member of the Negos Hub. Better still, you can use the referral code NM24 when purchasing. And then remember that purchasing Edna's book is going towards a charity cost. Um, every book you buy would go to supply a shoe for the shoeless. As you can see here, a campaign that is run by Edna. Right. We would also, on that note, want to solicit for your support. Negos Hub has thus far since launch impacted a number of people, and we are all witnesses to it. If Negos Hub, you are benefiting from Negos Hub from this session, trust me, a lot more people have benefited from the programs that has been, you know, initiated so far. So if you would want to support Negos Hub, please do reach out to the team. You can find our contacts on our website, www.negoshub.com. Our numbers are also displayed on the screen here if you want to utilize our Zoom workspace for any of your programs. Please be part of this vision to empower young people.
Hello?
There are no questions yet. Right. I think Mr. Gideon has joined us. Mr. Gideon, if you can hear us, I think your network dropped at some point. So if you are back on, you may take over.
Yes, forgive me for that. Remote area problems. So let me share my screen again so we finish up. Is it visible?
Yes, we can see your screen. Please go ahead.
All right, good. So I was speaking about my final point that don't take my advice. What I was referring to is that I'm not saying don't take anything I've said, but take it and apply it to your case, your own unique case, because I am different from you, and the variables in my life are different from the variables in your life. What I mean is that my experiences, the kind of work I do, the people I meet, the number of friends I have, the amount of money in my bank account, the car I drive, the clothes I wear, how people feel about me, they are all different things. So if you take my advice, you don't apply it raw to everything you do as well. What you need to do is that you analyze it and see which areas you can apply to your life. So this goes with any advice you hear anywhere. Everything we've said here so far, it is based on what we know, what we've learned, and what has worked for us. What my point seeks to clarify is you taking the idea and applying it to your case, in your own unique case. Don't follow because we said, I'm saying do a SWOT analysis, and you don't need to realize what your strengths and weaknesses are. So why would you even do a SWOT analysis? If you feel like you need it, then you do it. The same way if I tell you, if you make money, save 30%. Why would I say that? Maybe it worked for me. But in your case, maybe the money you're making is not even enough for food. So why would you save 30% of it? Maybe I'm making 1,000 cedis, so I can afford to save 30%. But maybe you're making 200 cedis a month. So if you follow my advice, just raw as it is, you might be wrong. But the essence of that advice could be that no matter the amount of money you're making, because of future problems and emergencies, try and save some. So that is what I mean by don't take my advice. Not that don't listen to any advice at all, but take it and apply it to your unique case. So now let's do a recap of the recap, final recap. You are a brand. If you've not learned anything at all throughout these presentations, you know that you are a brand. So now you know. If you didn't know, now you know. At your workplace, in your house, in your community, everywhere you meet people, people have a certain way they feel towards you. So you have a brand. Even if you are deaf and dumb, you still have a brand. At the core of branding itself is communication, and everything that exists communicates, whether we can see it or not. The wind, we can't see with our eyes, but the wind finds ways of communicating with us. Even dead bodies communicate. What will make you say that someone is dead? Because probably the person is lying lifeless and the person is cold and not breathing, then you can say, oh, this person is dead. Even inanimate objects, books, stones, everything communicates to us. So once you're a living being, you talk, you meet people, you experience life with your six senses, you are a brand. So focus on it, build it for your own good. And also, we've spoken about uniqueness. We are all human beings. We all have one head, two eyes, one mouth, one nose, but we are not the same people. You are unique in a different way. So try and identify your uniqueness. And also don't force your brand on people. Be authentic, and the people who really need to be attracted to you will be attracted to you. Of course, use all the tactics, use all the studies people have done to improve on your brand and your reach and all that, but be authentic. Don't try to force your brand on people, and don't fake it. And continuously improve. You remember the example Hilda gave about the dentist who got his license in 1972. The same thing applies to you. If you don't learn, if you're not excited about learning, continuously improving yourself, you complete school today, and the next year you are obsolete because you have refused to learn. The things you know today cannot solve tomorrow's problems. So you need to continuously learn. And again, don't take my advice. So my name is Gideon Kwame Azonu, and these are my contacts. You can reach me on my phone number or on my email. And let's continue the conversation. This platform, Nigos Hub, is supposed to be different from other platforms. We don't want to seminars and conferences online where you come, you listen, and then you go and, oh, okay, I attended one of those conferences and yeah, they spoke a lot. We want you to be action-oriented. take steps. All the LinkedIn tips they give you, I believe you've made notes. Practice them. So what is the essence of attending a 1 hour, 2 hour conference or whatever, and not practicing anything that they say? It's absolutely, it's better you don't even join at all. So all the notes you've made, please practice them. And let's make this one a different platform. So once again, thank you for listening to me. And in my typical style, I would say keep working, keep improving, keep getting better, keep learning, keep doing you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gideon. That was fully packed. Definitely, you know, I know that I need a SWOT analysis, so I uploaded my graph already in the course of your presentation. I have my SWOT on, all the axes, and definitely I'm going to reach out to you through the numbers that you have provided. Thank you so much for the, realist presentation. I think a couple of questions are trooping in, and some people have even indicated to speak. Um, I think we'll take the first question from the comments here. All right. So before we take the question, I'd like to indicate that we would also drop, the LinkedIn profiles to the speakers. And so definitely you would want to pick them up and reach out to them. Uh, M- Francis from Kumasi Technical University, studying automotive engineering, is asking, how does one improve upon himself as his financial literacy affects his quality of life? Um, right. So, any of our speakers, if you are willing to, can go ahead and answer this question because it wasn't addressed to anyone. Right. Sam is thanking Mr. Azono for the insightful presentation. Right. So, Mr. Gideon, I think you mentioned a thing about finances. So I don't know if you'd like to attempt to answer this question for us.
Okay, that's fair enough. Even though I'd have preferred the ladies to talk about it because they are good at talking about money. But let me put in my bit, and then they can add up with the real I mean the goodies. So I'd say that the answer to his question is in his question. You want to improve on your life. You want to improve upon yourself. And you mentioned that the financial literacy affects the person's quality of life. So first of all, fix your financial literacy. Learn. They say the difference between a rich man and a poor man is information. Because if the poor man knew what the rich man knows, he wouldn't be poor. So as we sit here right now, the difference between me and Dangote is the things that Dangote knows. Dangote knows people to sell cement to. That is why he's Dangote. He knows where to meet Bill Gates. That is why he's Dangote. So learning is what I would say will get you out of many problems. If you have identified that financial literacy affects your life, yes, then get financial literacy. And again, I kind of understand his question in a different way, in the sense that I used to attend conferences. They will talk about financial literacy. They will give us terms and how to manage your money. And I was just looking for basic, simple ways. How do I do basic, basic calculations? Bring it to languages that I can understand. Okay, if I'm making 1,000 cedis and I'm spending 900 cedis, that information, what does it mean? But then you go to business conferences and stuff, and they talk about P&L and something margin and some big English. You see, the issue is that they understand, so it's quite easy for them. They practice it every day. But let me say, maybe I'm a bit slow, so I want things to be broken down to the barest minimum for me. So I understand your pain somehow. What I can say is that now we have a lot of channels to learn. Okay, there are really great people online, on YouTube, on TikTok, who have taken it upon themselves to break down things for people like you and me to understand. So if it's financial literacy you want, first place I would hop on to will be YouTube. Okay, start doing something there, and you'll find someone who really speaks your language. And once you have that literacy and you apply, application is the problem. Now there is so much information that everything we said here, okay, is not anything new. I didn't come up with all the things that I spoke about. There were things I read in books and I watched online. So none of them is novel. They are not new to me. The problem with us today is being able to curate all the information and building basic, simple steps to follow. So you watch a 30-minute YouTube video on finances and they are talking complex things that are beyond your mind and all that. But another person will come along and break things down for you and give you practical steps. An example is the SWOT analysis I spoke about. Very, very basic practice. Just do one and follow with 2 and 3 and 4, and things will be okay. But again, because of the way we complicate issues, sometimes people find it difficult to implement. So I'd say, yes, it's a rabbit hole that you have to follow through, but then start. I'm not a financial literacy expert or anything of that sort, but that is what has worked for me. So that is what I can advise. And again, don't take my advice. You should research it for yourself and know whether YouTube is the best place, or you should start reading books, or you should start speaking to people who are in financial institutions, people who have done it. They are one of the best people to reach out to. If you want medical advice and you have a friend who is a doctor, he's the best person to speak to. So if you want financial advice and you are speaking to Kwame can only tell you general things like go to YouTube. But if you had someone who is a financial expert and works in the bank or is able to help people build their finances, that would be the best thing. So again, know how to network, know how to find people who are experts in areas that you need help in. So that is what I was saying. If any of the speakers would like to add up.
Yeah, this is Hilda. So what I want to tell Francis is that said you're a student. So this is a good time, like Gideon said, this is a good time to read around and save. Because if you don't know how to save now, when you finish and you're employed, you will still not be able to know how to save. So just read wide, listen everywhere you can. It's just telling yourself that, okay, I have this little money. Maybe you're a student, so your parents will give you this much. But you should find a way to save a little of it. Because if you don't know how to save, Francis, when you finish school and you start work, you can't be able to save. And your industry, where you are automotive engineering student, I don't know, currently is one of the for a long time. So they are always being poached. Australia, New Zealand, Canada, I was stealing, or poaching, it's stealing, but it's poaching, young technicians who have a bit of experience to do. So if you don't know how to save the little cedis that you have, Francis, when you get the dollars, you still will not know how to save. So just tell yourself, any little amount I get, if you're a Christian, you want to pay your tithe, because then it means you cannot even pay your tithe, which is a different discussion on at another day. But you should be able to know that if I have this, I need to put this down for later, because you're a guy. I'm sure you have children in future. If you don't know how to save, just like your parents are taking you to school, you will not be able to take care of your own child. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Hilda, for adding your voice to that. I think there's another question here from Lydia. Lydia is asking if everyone's opinion matters with taking feedback from others. Um, so any of our speakers, if you may want to.
So I'm trying to read. So please, I go by the name Lydia. I want to ask if it's everyone's opinion that matters with taking feedback from others. If you want to listen to everyone, you won't get anywhere. As if let's take it, you are working from, say, Kaneshi to Accra. Everybody that says something, you want to listen. It will stall you, you will not keep moving. That's why we've talked about all this, what and you should know who Lydia is. Where is Lydia going? What motivates Lydia? What do you want to achieve? When you know these things, then you start to want to plan to see the Lydia in a year, in 5 years, how you want to see Lydia. In this case, when you listen to people, you pick only on those who are going to impact you positively. But it's not, you cannot just be listening to everyone. You should know what you want to listen to. That's all I can say. If
Right. Right. Thank you, Miss Hilda, for that. There's a practical question here for Miss Edna. Miss Edna, if you are here, so Miss Edna, all right. So I'll go ahead. I don't know if Miss Edna is here, but then I'll go ahead and read the question. Jovial Tete is asking, please, my question is to Miss Edna Frimpong. Please, you mentioned putting out the brand first and the product second in building the brand. You mentioned it is about you. Please, I need a further explanation. Also, you talk about connectivity and how it benefits sales. I'm a skincare and wellness consultant with uh, Oriflame Cosmetics, and I sell products from this company. How distinct is putting out this brand versus advertising, since they some way seem same? I don't know if you got the question, Miss Edna. This one is directed to you. Hello, Miss Edna. If you can hear us, right, right. So maybe Miss Hilda, you would want to uh, attempt to answer this question if you got us.
Okay, so I'm going to break it down. This way. It says she's a skincare wellness consultant with Oriflame Cosmetics, and that's I said, okay, how distinct is putting out this brand versus advertising? So the brand, and let's say the brand is Oriflame.
Mm-hmm.
That's so there was a plan in terms of what they want to achieve in the product testing and all. There's a plan. There's something Oriflame wants to achieve, and you are selling this product. So the brand is Oriflame. So advertising, or the 4 P's or the 7 P's that I mentioned, are things you are going to do to make the brand visible. So Oriflame, the advertising or any other thing you do are things that you want to make the brand visible in Ghana. So you can use all the 7 P's depending on your resources to push the brand, because the advertising that is mentioned there makes the brand visible and well known. And in marketing, we have something we call top of mind. so that anytime somebody wants to buy any cosmetic for the skin or whatever, Oriflame should be mentioned. So the advertising bit will push the brand so that it becomes top of mind. Because now if I want to go and buy SIM card, what comes to mind is most people say first MTN, or let's say you want a washing powder detergent, Mikoto Omo. It's become top of mind. So you should be using various forms of promotional strategies, which advertising is part of it, to push the brand, said that anybody who wants to buy cosmetic in Ghana, or you can start from your own local, if it's Accra, gradually, and then you spread through all the geographical parts that we have in the country. So because the earlier part, I don't know if Edna is back, but this is how I understand.
Right. Thank you so much, Ms. Hilda. And Juvia, I hope your question is answered. I'd like to remind all participants to follow Nigos Hub on all social media platforms. You can also check us via our website, www.nigoshub.com. Would also urge you to follow our speakers. You can follow me as well, Rashid Latif Bukhari on LinkedIn. Would all want to acknowledge our speakers at this point for making time, squeezing time of your busy schedules to join us to share your knowledge and expertise with us. We are so much grateful. We would want to, just like Mr. Gideon said, this shouldn't be the everyday business, right? No, it shouldn't be the business as usual. Let's try to connect with each other. Drop your LinkedIn profile if you are still here. Drop your LinkedIn profile in the chat box. Let's connect with each other. Let's stay in touch. Do all to stay in touch with our speakers. This is an opportunity that, Nigos have as presented. So take the chance to also engage with our speakers and also learn from them. Tap from their experiences to also create your own story for yourself. Right. So that's an exercise we are currently doing. Try and get your LinkedIn profile and drop it in the chat box. Let's all follow each other and stay connected. Right. So at this point, we'd like to acknowledge everyone and thank you so much to everyone who behind the scenes, on the flyers, has made this possible. The technical team, the team, and the brains behind Nigos Hub. Speakers who were able to squeeze time to join us today, Miss Edna, Mr. Gideon, and Miss Hilda, and of course to our founder Abednego as well. We are truly grateful to you, the participants, of course, for making yourselves available for us to make our vision and mission, truly reflect. We are grateful for making time. At this point, I would call on Akins. Akins, if you are here, would want to have you say closing prayer, and then we can call it a session. Akins. Right. So whilst we wait for Akins to do that, I would also like to again remind all members of Migos Hub that you should check your emails, please. We have sent unique membership identifications to you, which would be required for future events and activities. And this is something I'm excited about. There's a lot in stock for you. So you would want to check your email and get your membership ID. A lot of training programs are upcoming. And I mean, you just would want to be on the lookout because it would be truly impactful. Our Zoom space is as well open for renting. Contact our IT team to book our Zoom space for your event. We are providing an exclusive discount to Edna's book, 28.57 whooping discount to our attendees in this meeting. You don't want to miss out on this. For every purchase you make, you provide a shoe for the shoeless. So please try and make a purchase. You can also support Nigos Hub. You can ink your name up and be part of the history of Nigos Hub. By supporting us, you can reach out out to us over the numbers that are displayed on the screen, and then be part of history. Right. So Akins, if you are ready now, we'll take a closing prayer and then we'll call it a session. Mr. Akins. Right. So I can see the LinkedIn profiles right there. Awesome. Please do also drop yours as well. Let's connect with each other and stay in touch with each other. Right. So it looks like Akins is not around, so we'll call Hope. Hope, if you're around, please um do us the honor of a closing prayer and then we call it a session. Thank you.
All right, please let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you this evening. We bless your holy name for how far you brought us. We are more grateful to you for this wonderful program. It was very impactful, and we pray for your Holy Spirit to help us in this our journey. We ask you to give us more knowledge, more understanding, so that we can make the best out of ourselves. In the name of Jesus Christ, we commit our speakers into your hand. We thank you for giving them the knowledge, and we pray for more wisdom, and we pray for more knowledge, so they will do more for us in Jesus' name. We are closing now in your name. As we go back to our various endeavors, we pray that your spirit will continue to abide with us in Jesus' mighty name. We thank you, we bless you. In Jesus' name we pray with thanksgiving. Amen.
Amen. Right. Thank you so much, Hope, and thank you so much to everyone who made time to join us tonight. Have a lovely evening. Bye bye.